Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich. We're playing as the Philippines. We're introducing optional religious instruction, and we're having a chilled game. We've just finished researching construction. We should get some basic machine tools. Holy guacamole, Belgium has declared independence. Good luck, Belgium. Hey, there's the war in the Arabian Peninsula. See if this goes anywhere. King Albert next one. Look at that. Look at these gamers. Formation of the Moscow Accord. Russia is once again on the world stage. Socialists win Serbian elections. Socialism in the Balkans? What? And there's the Belgrade Pact. Hopefully the Balkans won't start another world war. No, not this time. Okay, United Mexican States declared war on Yucatan. Optional religious instruction. Go us. National Council for Education. Though not without its many faults, the system of education instituted by the Americans was arguably one of the more positive results of the administration. But time has changed since 1902, and so have the educational needs of our people. And it's time to convene a National Council of Education, staffed by an appointed expert, to advise the President and the Department of Public Instruction on necessary educational reforms. It has been a while. Any buttons? No buttons. Officer Corps, don't be such an officer bore. What's he like? It's not important. Officer Corps. Is he a squid or is he a kid? Electoral deadlock in the United States. Whoa, I haven't seen this one before. Rip the Democrats. Where is the United States headed? Lol. Order restored. Rip Royalist Siam. Order restored in Siam. The status quo has been restored. So, anyways. Rip those guys. Couldn't be me. The Spanish Civil War! Look at this old style Spanish Civil War. I remember when this Spanish Civil War DLC released for Hearts of Iron 4. Mingan Insurgency, Ripperoni Pepperoni. Green International falls to radicalism. What is that? What? Past the... What? What is the Green International? The International Peasants Organization, the Green International, has passed a program proposed primarily by the SZRS-aligned peasants parties. The program is officially denouncing liberal capitalism as Junkerism, and communism is inherently against the peasant nature. In addition, it calls for peasants to support the struggle against German hegemony and has deemed Serbian actions in the Balkans as justified. Oh, this is a Serbia thing. I think. Anyways. Takeover, the Danubian and Nordic delegates are calling it, has made the Green International into a spokesman for Russia, Serbian irredentism. What is the Green International? Is that real? I assume. Already purchased agreements for years. These po-priest peasant parties are planning to organize a new international body for peasants, untainted by radical politics. This is a shame. That's kind of crazy. Anyways, we're gonna get to more government, less politics. It's time for a social justice campaign. What is social justice? Is it a doctrine derived from papal encyclicals? Is it an innovation of progressive legal philosophy? The average Filipino does not need to worry himself with such high-flown questions. All he must do is this. President Quezon is defender of the common welfare, friend of the poor and downtrodden, and works tirelessly to uplift the masses to a higher form of living. Wow. What a good president, according to the president. Quote from the president: I am very good at my job. We need better guns. We need some better guns. We almost have enough for Republican victory in Brazil as expected. Alright, we need enough for going to the polls. Sure, this guy. More political power gain. Hetman Skoropadsky flees Ukraine. Can the Ostwall exist without Ukraine? It's the Ukrainian People's Republic. Italian democracy survives. So it would seem. Good for the Italian Republic. Good for them. Hey, good for them. Conscription crisis in Quebec. More troubles in Canada, it seems. That seems like there's troubles. U.S. Boo, 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 boo. U.S. Congress fails to elect president. After the contested U.S. presidential election did not produce a winner in November last year, it was expected a winner would finally be produced in the House of Representatives in a contingent election in January. Such an outcome was not to be, however. The House failed to even elect a speaker, resulting in a state of complete deadlock in both houses, which prevented the election of either president or vice president. With neither president nor vice president having been elected, it appears the presidency will, for the first time, become vacant on January 20th. News of this has caused substantial unrest and civil disturbances in the United States as police struggle to maintain order in American cities. Complete madness. Yes, this is a real thing that can happen if the president doesn't get elected. Like, if the House of Representatives does not elect a speaker, does not choose a president, then it triggers a constitutional crisis. So, you know, that's bad for us, because we're the Philippines. Pass the 8-hour labor law. For decades, the campaign for an 8-hour workday has been pursued by labor movements the world over. This is not some crypto-syndicalist movement either. Most advanced countries have adopted an 8-hour workday. It's high time the Philippines join the ranks of the civilized nations and proves to Philippine workers that the Nationalista Party is their friend and protector. I will say, that is a legitimate, positive change. I would love to see an America overhaul, at least mechanically speaking. Maybe like contesting stuff over different states. I don't know. More war in China. Xinjiang clique erupts into war. Hey, remember when people used to accuse the... That just turned a different shade of blue. Douglas MacArthur, the American Caesar. Really, it should be called the American Sulla. A darker shade of blue. Oh, that's bad. Hey, it's the Workers' Congress of America. With their terrible flag. And their funny-looking John Reed. Standoff in America. I see. A tense standoff has erupted in the United States as General Douglas MacArthur and the American military have taken control of the government from the elected president to, as he stated in national broadcast, prevent inaction from leading the United States in the hands of radicals. From Chicago, John Reed supporters have declared MacArthur's government illegitimate, as have the Southern supporters of Huey Long, based in Baton Rouge, and the constitutional result under the leadership of deposed Vice President Quentin Roosevelt. So I guess he's only kind of a... Anyways. Wait, how can he be a vice president? They didn't have it. Okay. This is a part of the mod that is still pretty jank. All have been given a deadline by General MacArthur of 30 days to either stand down or face arrest or execution, considering all sides are rapidly raising forces. The idea that America seems heading into a second civil war seems almost certain. I see. Oh boy. Oh, I should click a button. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I feel like this might be good at some point. Political power stability. I think political power stability is probably good. Eight-hour labor law. War Plan Orange? We'll see. More government? Less politics. There's much talk in the opposition about the state of our politics, questioning the continued nationalista rule. Need to remind them that every achievement of the insular government has occurred under our leadership, that the Commonwealth has been consolidated and independence gained under President Quezon. Our administration does not fall into these political squabbles. We're here to deliver good government for Filipinos everywhere. Well, we haven't gotten independence yet, but it's about to happen. At this point, it's not a crazy thing to say. Okay. United States Military Administration. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's disperse our industry and get ourselves some radio. I feel like radio is probably a good idea. Collins ousted by centrist coalition in these trying times. The Irish people look inward. We might have to crump in this war, but who shall we crump for? Well, the war hasn't started yet. Well, now it has. The Second American Civil War. Those not in the know, it might seem like the crisis in the United States came out of nowhere, but experts agree this was a civil war years in the making. Since the collapse of the United States, the New York Stock Exchange in 1925, the economy of the United States has been sluggish and mired in a deep recession. Now the United States has collapsed into all-out civil war between the supporters of the federal government, work of Congress of America, and the right-wing American People's Government, the remnant of democratic rule, and the American Constitutional Coalition. Volunteers are pouring in from around the world to support one faction or the other, with some characterizing the bitter ideological conflict as simply a wider global clash of ideals. The destiny of America is at stake. We can't actually send volunteers, because we're still a puppet of these guys, but I wonder how long that will last for. Oh hey, we can click buttons. Declaration of the Republic. Declaration of the Republic. In a shocking turn of events, civil wars erupted in the United States of America, and their power projection in the Pacific has vanished overnight. Communications with Washington have broken down, and the American High Commissioners at a complete loss of what to do. At 9 a.m. today, President Quezon, backed by his cabinet at the Philippine Congress, are declaring the Second Philippine Republic before a cheering crowd at Malacanang Palace. With all the jubilation, it will take a little while for the full effects of the movement to be felt. The political dominance of Quezon, the Nationalista Party, is now inextricably linked with the Philippine struggle of independence. Now with the United States out of the picture, the landscape has changed. Most significant is a recent change to the Constitution, with Quezon pushed through an amendment shortening the presidential term from 6 years to 4, but giving the option to seek another term. This means that the next presidential election will be as soon as 1939, and who Quezon's opponents will remains to be seen. Right now, the task at hand is to figure out what to do with the remaining Americans. So they seem to be streaming out of the country in the last few months. Many remain, including American soldiers guarding their military bases, which happen to be very full of valuable equipment. With no government to pack them up, they are at the mercy of whatever decision we take. So, either way, we are independent. So, we could kill our stability and just take all their guns. Or we could let them keep their guns and then just, like, leave. Philippines are independent. This is established fact. But, you know. We have populist tensions. It's giving us weekly stability, but not a lot. Alright. Well, thanks for the guns, friend. Call to arms? What call to arms? Ooh, sorry, bud. Alright, now we get to choose who we support. Probably not the military administration, because we just stabbed them in the back. Maybe the American Constitutional Coalition? Or the American People's Government? I think we maybe wait a little bit to figure out where we're going with that. Because we can only make that choice once. Oh boy. The fight for the Philippines. Only a short time ago, the Philippines with the United States stood on the Western Pacific. That status quo is suddenly gone. With the withdrawal of American warships and soldiers following the eruption of the American Civil War, the Philippines has declared itself an independent republic. At the same time, it has never been in a more precarious position. The United States was the main check on the dueling designs of Japan and Germany in the region, and with it gone, the two powers' rivalry has flared up once again. The Philippines lie in between Tokyo and Singapore, and its allegiance is ripe for the taking. Already, diplomatic and economic missions have sailed for Manila, hoping to curry favor with the new Asian republic. For the Philippines, this situation presents both an opportunity and a risk. Aligning with the power provides benefits, but also earn the enmity of its opponent. Some incline towards Japan with its vision of Pan-Asian cooperation and the end of Western imperialism. Others point towards Germany, still the world's hegemon and guardian of the present order. Still more advocate keeping their distance from both Japan and Germany, though under the present circumstances, this will likely prove a challenge. Not a few quietly curse the withdrawal of the Americans and hope, against hope, that the United States, colonial master though it was, may someday recover its strength. The Germans, Japanese, or neutrality? I say neutrality. The Philippines may align with no one. The fight for the Philippines. Second American Civil War has forced America into the Pacific, shattering their colonial influence over the Philippines and leaving a power vacuum in the region. Sitting in a vital position in the Pacific, the race is on to secure Manila, with Japanese and German representatives scurrying to bribe politicians, cajole military officers, and increase public opinion for the pact and sphere. Many Filipinos are reluctant to commit their nation to a foreign sphere, but the possibility of war looming, a choice will have to be made. The side with the greatest amount of influence by the time of the September 1939 Philippine elections will see the Philippines join their faction. Otherwise, the Philippines will remain unaligned. The American Civil War has crippled American interests in the Pacific. Should the war end before the 1939 elections, there's a possibility for them to enter the fight for the Philippines. Interesting. It costs 5 strong to do that. What is strong? Is that... What is that? I don't know what that is. Well, currently they have none of that. I'll spend some strong. Peace in the Pacific. Not necessity of war, or distant from the mainland, fight a little production. Foreign forces assist each side to never target our own. Forget our own. Our people have no interest in the conflict. The sooner they're reminded this, the better. So I will press the strong button. American alignment is decreasing. We'll play off our competitors and shore up our defenses. Germans offer economic aid. The Great Depression, the collapse of the United States Civil War, thrown the Philippine economy into a tailspin, as the young nation works to retool its economy away from colonial roots and lift itself from its own economic malaise. Local German authorities in German East Asia have offered a helping hand. They're willing to subsidize local German and German-aligned businessmen in developing enterprises in the Philippines, promoting growth and ostensibly creating prosperity for both sides. How these spoils will be distributed is another question. The hidden strings involved are concern for even the most business-friendly statesmen. We'll take all the help we can get. No, thank you. Naval dockyard, civilian factory. Ah. I think we probably want to get one of these guys first. Estonia has joined the Reichspakt. Interesting. I didn't realize those guys collapsed. In Estonia, huh? Okay. I'm not super impressed by the Germans right now. I may have to prepare myself for war with Japan. I think... I am not sure who I'm going to support. Or between the Korean Buddhists. More government. Less politics. We could increase American alignment, or we could begin to prepare for the inevitable. War Plan Orange. War Plan Orange was a U.S. Army plan. Was a U.S. war plan that focused on an event where the United States and Japan would be at war. One of the assumptions of the WTO is the involvement of the islands. Now that the Americans are gone, we have to take up what's left of War Plan Orange, and we draw it to fit our new situation. Oh, the commune of Hawaii, huh? Defense? Recovery. I think we go defense. We must prepare to defend these islands against all comers. I think, American People's Government, American Constitutional Coalition. Still haven't decided yet. I think perhaps our decision will be not to decide. But we do get a nice reward if we do this sort of thing. We need infantry equipment. Peru-Bolivian Confederation restored, I guess. The dream of Santa Cruz is fulfilled once more. Good for them. Alright. Well, I will see you in the next episode. We have attained our independence. Yippee! Well, we'll see if we can keep it. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.